Hey everyone. Welcome to Zoetic Chat. Unleash your life's journey with me, John Mayfield. This ultimate podcast for spiritual guidance will answer all your life, soul and spiritual questions. I'm thrilled to have you join me every week. My vast knowledge, wisdom and experience are crucial to your personal and spiritual growth. Together we will explore a variety of topics and delve deeply into the truths of my life and spiritual path. Don't forget to sign up to my newsletter at johnmayfield.com. Hey everyone. Welcome to Zoetic Chat. Unleash your life's journey. What an amazing summer we've had. Here in the UK anyway, we've had quite a lot of warm, sunny days that just seem to have lingered on, which has been really nice, especially this last week for me. This last week of August has been beautiful. Not everywhere in the country has been the same, but I hope you've had an amazing summer. I want to talk today, or share with you, should I say. I want to share with you a lady who I'm going to call Miss X. Miss X is a remarkable woman, a very, very remarkable woman. She decided to join my course, Realign to Your True Self, 4 years ago. She came on the course and she sat there with her arms folded, blocking any connection that I could possibly have with her. And her face didn't change. She didn't offer a smile. And it was more like, what are you going to do for me now? Kind of a feeling that I got from her. After speaking to her a little while later, maybe 1 or 2 days later, that was the exact feeling she was given. What are you going to do for me that none of the other therapies that I've had have done for me? Miss X had been on many different therapies. She'd been on courses for personal development. She'd been on courses for feeling good about yourself. She'd done tapping. She'd been on cognitive behavior, loads of courses. And she still hadn't got to the bottom of changing the way that she is, or working out why she's like she is so she doesn't have to be like she is. 12 years ago was the last time that she went out on her own. 12 whole years ago was the last time she did ever did anything on her own for herself. She uses walking aids. She has days of chronic fatigue. She has deep depression days. And she has a whole lot of other stuff that I don't need to know about and that you don't need to know about, except that she was in this place. Is it a place? Is it a stuckness? Is it a plateau? For me, I say it's a plateau because I do believe we can all go to a space where we get ready for the next part of our lives, but definitely not for 12 years. Excuse me, sorry. Definitely not for 12 years. She'd never, ever been in a coffee shop on her own. She'd never been to the gym on her own. She'd never been on a train, sorry, or a plane on her own. So many things she had never done on her own. She used her walking aids. She used a wheelchair. And if she ever went on a plane, which I don't think was that often, she used the transportation, the ability transportation. So everything is stacking up against this woman, Miss X, stacking up against her being on my program, Realign to Your True Self. Everything was stacking up against until there was a flicker in her arms because she moved them away one session from being folded. She had a little smile here and there because I was keeping my eye on her. She had a little smile, a smile of recognition. Oh, yes, that's what I do. Oh, yes, I can turn that around. Oh, can I actually make changes to my life? Can I be different? You could almost see these questions and statements going through her mind as her eyes began to sparkle and she began to sit forward, more so on the sofa that she was sitting on. Can this course actually work for me? I could see those words going through her mind, behind her eyes as they began to sparkle and to connect. On this course, nobody has to have the camera on. No one has to speak. And I definitely don't need to know what's wrong with you. We all start the course at the same place, wanting change. That is the place where we start. Everyone wants change. You're all different and you're going to all do it in different ways. But I give you the tools which are adaptable to your needs. True. Miss X. One session, she started to speak. Oh my gosh, there'd been a breakthrough. I couldn't believe it, but I didn't want to show that I was shocked or not horrified, but have that shock on my face. I just wanted to be calm and allow her to speak what she needed to. And I remember when she spoke, this massive light bulb went off in her mind, body and spirit. I can do this. This woman's telling me something that I need to hear. And she did tell me that I told her things that she needed to hear to help her to become the best version of herself. And from that moment forward, that was 4 years ago, changes have taken place. So many changes in her and around her have taken place. She has been on holiday with one walking stick. She has sent me a picture from the airport with the said walking stick, smiling from ear to ear. And she walked that long walk that you take to your gate to go on to board your plane. She walked. She is amazing. She's also read 2 eulogies at 2 different funerals of people dear to her that have passed over. She stood up and done that. She's got on a train by herself and taken herself to see a sick friend on more than one occasion. She's been to the theatre. She's been to a cafe. She had never, ever been in a cafe on her own. Why was she in the cafe? Because she'd got a job interview next door to the cafe. What? She hadn't worked for 12 years. She'd never thought about working. She never even thought she could work again. What could she do? Because when you're in the deep, dark depths of something, you can't visualize something else that's beyond your capabilities now. Maybe she had a secret desire to work again. And that's what she was working towards. Maybe that's what she wrote down as her secret desire, to work again. She built herself up over time. She's done yoga. She's been to yoga classes on her own. She got the job. She works 2 days a week. She's done so much. There's so much that I'm not telling you that would take me hours and hours to talk about. But you can see how this amazing Miss X, by being present, investing in herself, totally dismissing everything that other therapists had told her, so that she could come onto my realign to your true self, because she needed not to bring anything with her except herself. She did it. She is her true self. She is that person that she's wanted to be for all those years. But not only that, she's above and beyond that person that she's always wanted to be, because she never really knew what she was capable of doing. So at this moment right now, she's working. She's going to a health class 1 night a week on her own. As far as I know, she's using one walking aid. I don't know if that's all the time, because we're getting ready now for another Realign to Your True Self course. And she will be there because she needs to keep everything updated. Her needs now are different to the needs that she had when she started 4 years ago, but she still has needs. Every single person out there has needs. I have needs. You have needs. Then the person sitting next to you has needs. Because if you're not living your 100% full soul connection, passion in life, you have needs. And that's what we do. We help you find the needs, work with your needs, and allow yourself to release what no longer serves you. I have a little exercise here. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm going to have a drink. You know, I like to have a drink when I'm on here. So I've got my hot lemon and I've got Manuka honey in it today because of my hoarseness, shall we say. So cheers. It is delicious and it's very warm. So here's a little exercise that when I started this myself, I couldn't stop writing. And I think I wrote 2 sides of A4. So this is the question. What are you letting go of? So I said, I am letting go of the need to know everything about people and their lives. I do not need to know. It does not matter. So if you've got something connecting to someone in the past that you're still trying to find out anything and everything about their lives, it doesn't matter. If you're trying to find out something about someone else's life, what they're doing, where they're going and how they're doing it, it does not matter. So just get on with your life is what matters. But that connection of why am I so stuck? How can I become unstuck? So one thing we can do is look for ways in which you have felt a certain emotion in the past. What have you always felt? Now, this is the question. I have always felt. Now, this is where you start to fill out your page, because I'll read some of mine. I have always felt that I had something to prove. I've always felt that I had to stay out of the limelight. I've always felt below average. I've always felt unwanted. I've always felt misunderstood. I've always felt that I couldn't be myself. I've always felt blamed. I've always felt like I was in the way. I've always felt gross. I always felt like I needed to comfort, eat. I've always felt unattractive. Which ones of these can you resonate with? I've still got the paper here. I'm reading it from it. I've always felt tearful. I've always felt tempted. I've always felt molded. I've always felt high emotions, but also emotionless. I've always felt in the wrong. I've always felt like self-harming. I've always felt superficial. I've always felt not good enough. And I've always 100% felt that I'm the black sheep. I've always felt the need to please men. Now I know where all of these stem from and more. And like I said, there's two sides of A4. That's just a few. And everything that I've written on this page, I can relate most of it back to before the age of 7. And that's where most of our problems start, from when we're in the womb to the age of 7, because that's when everything begins to get stored in our subconscious mind. We're told things. We're told that we're inadequate, that we can't do any more. Just do what you can do. You know, all of those things. You have felt all of those things. I know you have, the same as me. And it's those things that we let go of, that we release. All of those things in your subconscious mind come out when we connect in Realign to your true self. I also use David R. Hawkins' scale of consciousness. And it's an upside down triangle with the colours of the rainbow, starting with red at the bottom. So you know the colours of the rainbow. And David R. Hawkins was an author, psychiatrist, physician, and a spiritual teacher. He was born on the 3rd of June in 1927 in Wisconsin, US, and he lived between 1927 and 2012. So he hasn't been past that long, but quite some time. He's done so much work working with the consciousness, subconscious stuff, and I use his scale. At the bottom of the scale is shame. What do you feel shame about? Do you feel guilty about something? Are you in the grieving so-called process? Now, this doesn't have to be because someone's passed. You could be grieving for something that you've lost. You might have lost love for yourself and you're grieving for that. You might have just lost something and you're grieving for something. You have a fear. Oh, we deal with fear on the course. Don't get me wrong. We deal with fear. Desire sometimes can be at the lower edge of the consciousness scale, because desire can be quite negative as well as positive. Anger. Who's had anger issues? Who has anger issues? Who feels anger towards someone? Everyone does at some point in their life, but you don't carry it. We need to release it. We're looking for the joy, we're looking for the love, and we're looking for the peace in our lives moving forward. We're looking for the willingness and acceptance to be able to do that, to believe in ourselves that we can actually move forward, to disbelieve what we were told as children, to let go of and release those times when mothers and fathers and aunties and uncles did things against us that we don't need to carry anymore. I remember I was always pulled back or moved out of the way so my sister could go forward, and one of my aunts used to do it so her daughter could go forward. So I was always pulled back. So that's why I felt pulled back or restricted in my life, because they used to do it when I was a child. I know they used to do it because I can remember. So that's why I felt restricted. That's why I felt that I couldn't move forward. When I released those people and those actions from my life is when my life started to take off. It's realization that little things like that in your mind, in your subconscious mind, in that place where you collect everything, when you release it, it gives you a sense of feeling, a feeling of freedom. It gives you a sense of being empowered. It gives you new intentions in your life. You're not despondent anymore. You don't regret things. You don't feel guilty. You don't feel like you should blame yourself for anything that happened. But please embrace the black sheep. The black sheep of the family are here to make changes. You are here to go against anything and everything that family stood for, because it has no purpose on earth in the 21st century. You know what I'm talking about. You know that it's you. You know that you're here to illuminate your life. You know that you're here to feel that blissful connection and serenity to love. Life is about love. Life is about connecting and feeling that space of wanted. But first, we need to feel our own sense of wanted, our own sense of desire, our own sense of hope. We need to connect to our soul to find the reason that we are here on earth, because I believe that our soul has the blueprint of our lives. And it's only families, media, people, other humans that take that away from us. And if you're clever, if you listen, and if you want change, you will find that way of connecting to your soul purpose. It's there for you. We can do that with the 7 sessions of Realign to Your True Self. And the next one, depending when you're listening to this, 2024, I was going to say 25 then, 2024, the first one is the 30th of September. Go and take a look, johnmayfield.com/realign, and you can find it there. If anyone has problems with money, can't afford it, just message me and I'll help you to get on it. I'm going to give you a little bit of feedback now of what other people have said about the course. So this is what someone has said. You teach us how to do it ourselves. You give us the tools. You show us how to use them. And it works. Fabulous. People are going out who haven't for over 20 years. That's not Miss X, that's a Miss Y. People are beginning to love themselves. They're people that never thought anything of themselves. Find that inner peace and that love. People are in tears of laughter as they get to know themselves and know it is okay to have other tears too. We embrace the tears. Sometimes we're all crying. Doesn't matter. It's tears of joy, tears of happiness, tears of knowing from our soul. It is my life, purpose, and sole mission to help you to be you. Happiness is only found inside. True, long-standing happiness, that is. There's always a bonus session. The bonus session looks at what happened between womb and 7 and what you need to release. This is from someone else. At the beginning of the class, I was nervous to express myself and to open up to strangers. But Jan and the group were very comforting, made me feel comfortable. And when I could see others opening up, they were not strangers anymore. We all gel because we are all there for the same reason. And Jan will tell you time after time, we're not here to talk about your life. We're here to talk about you moving forward from now. This lady says that she still uses the tools that were given in the course. Excuse me, the ideas and concepts of what to do and how to do it. Being part of a group. This is what this lady enjoyed. Being part of a group of like-minded people. Being part of a group with people not the same as her, but had the same something to release. And everyone does it. She says that she uses her tools daily to help her cope and understand what's going on around me. When you've got things going on with your family or close friends that you don't really understand or can't equate to, and you can't work it out, you can think yourself into a really dark place. But we have the tools to help you when things go wrong with family, when things go wrong with friends, when relationships break up, when other things happen that you're just not in control of. We can work out what's going on and why it's happening. And yes, you will be able to do that yourself. So the program is still working for this lady. This feedback was written on April the 1st, 2021. We're now in 2024, and she will be joining us again in September. Yes, September. Why? Because it's ongoing 3 times a year. 3 times a year to build yourself up, to get yourself going, to release what no longer serves you. Because you are the onion. I've told you many times on my podcast, you are the onion. We're taking away the layers. So that lady will come onto the Realign, maybe with half an onion. Some of you will come on with a full onion with the skin on and roots growing out of it. Other people will have taken a few slithers off the onion. Some might have sliced it in half. Where are you? What is your onion? I asked this lady if she would change anything. And she said, I would leave any change to the program to Jan. Jan's professionalism, knowledge, sensitivity, and understanding allows to trust her if changes were needed to be made. So that course, the way it was written in 2021, totally suited this lady. It's now 24. I've tweaked the course. I've made changes. I've been running it for 4 years. So now for me, the course is at its peak. So anyone coming in now, you will have a peak performance to work with. I teach on the course, and you put the things into your life that I teach you about. I show you examples of and tell you why something will or will not work. And it is very much perfected now. I want you to be Miss ABC like I have Miss X. Miss X one day is going to record for us exactly how she felt from her side, exactly what the course has done for her, and exactly why she carries on doing it. I guess one day she won't need it. But until that day, oh, it makes me want to cry. Oh, that was a shock emotion because she is one of the originals. And I think there's four originals that keep coming back, and there's others that dip in and out. But if she was to stop coming on the course, oh my gosh, it wouldn't be the same, but it would be the same for you. So if you're stuck, if you can't move forward, if you've got plans but you can't make them work, if you want to start a business but you're up in the air about it, if you have a business and it's not working as efficiently and as successfully as you thought it would, then the course is for you. For whatever reason that your life isn't working, the course is for you because it adapts to you. There is a little bit of homework, and the 7 sessions are spread out between the 30th of September and the end of October. I haven't got the exact date in front of me. The end of October. By the beginning of November, you will know how to make changes in your life. That's 1 month's worth of full support from me, because not only am I there on each of the Zoom sessions, each 7 of the 7 Zoom sessions, I'm also available in a WhatsApp group. And if you'd got a real problem and you phone me up, I would answer the phone to you in that time period and maybe a little bit afterwards as well, because you're paying for all of my support. You're paying to be shown how you can help yourself. But initially, you need that support, ongoing as it is. Everyone needs support. I wish there was a course like this. When I was at the beginning of my struggling journey, shall I say. So being released on medical grounds from my teaching job, working out how I could help myself. There was a pivotal point where I can't live like this anymore, went through my mind, body, and spirit, if you like. And it was after one time of trying to take myself home that I wasn't in control of. I can't do this. I need to be here. I've got 2 children. I need to be there for them. And it was very, very hard times for me. My children didn't know everything. They knew some of it, but they were at school most of the time. So then I took myself in order and I created what I needed to help myself to move forward. And initially, the Realign to Your True Self was only for people with fibromyalgia, but I got so much resistance from people with it and from groups on social media where they wouldn't share my story of success and also the course to help others. They just would not share it. So this is my platform to share it to all those people on the Facebook, in the Facebook groups, where your leaders of the Facebook groups would not share this to you because it works. And they said, we can't share it because they need to find their own way in life. What is the point of a support group when you're not supporting people? I will support you regardless of what's wrong with you, why you can't move forward. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have an illness. You don't have to have depression, mental health, anxiety. You can just think, what the hell is life all about? And I will open doors that you never knew you could open. You will open doors that you never knew you could open. You don't even know some of the doors are there on your path. I never knew I was going to write books. I never thought that John Mayfield, that needed to try hard, would write a book. But I did. And it came onto my path because I connected to my soul. And the same can happen for you. You can reach heights that you don't even know are there on your path because you believe and connect to your soul. Going to give a round of applause to Miss X. And I know she's going to listen to this. Miss X. And I can't wait to see the next 4 years of your life, how you're going to evolve. And you will get your dream job. when the time's right. But maybe your dream job isn't the dream job that you've always wanted. Let's see. Time will tell on that one. In the meantime, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for enjoying this episode of Realign to Your True Self, but on Zoetic Chat. Thank you so much for being here. Unleash your life's journey. That's what life's all about. Take care, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye for now. Hey, thank you for tuning in today. Your support is much appreciated. Please consider leaving a review, sharing on social media, and telling your friends about my podcast. You can also join my newsletter at johnmayfield.com. Remember, take what resonates from Zoetic Chat and enrich your life with wisdom in all areas. And stay tuned for the next episode.